Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Beverly. Click that subscribe button, come and join the family. So today I really want to talk about materialism. It's something I've struggled with my whole life, and it's something that I'm really working on at the moment. Over the last couple of years I've been really working on myself and trying to improve myself and make myself the best version of me that I can be, and I think it's something that we all need to work on. And I think it's not putting yourself down to say I need to change this about myself or I want to work on that about myself. It's more of a positive thing, and I think if we all just try and be the best versions of ourselves, I think we'll be doing good, we'll be doing alright. So I want to talk first of all about my childhood. I was an only child and incredibly spoiled. My parents, if I wanted something, I got it. I might not have, the designer label or, the fanciest, but I would always have some version of the thing that I wanted. Which was wonderful as a child, but now I'm an adult, I'm realising that has come into this whole materialistic side of me where I've got all this stuff and I don't need it and I don't really want it in my life. It's more like I feel sometimes like I'm lugging this big house full of stuff behind me, and most of it I just could leave behind. I didn't always feel that way. I used to think, oh, if I want that CD, if I want that DVD, if I want that thing, I went and got it, I'd be happy. But the fact of the matter is, when you have depression, these little addictions soon come up to the surface, and you will find, if you've got depression, that it's easy to think, oh, I need that. I need that piece of clothing, I need that pair of shoes, it'll make me happy for 5 minutes. But the fact of the matter is that over time you'll come to see that it doesn't make you happy in the long term. And I started to realise this only a couple of years ago. I was still collecting junk, spending money, thinking they would make me happy. Now I'm a lot happier. I've started studying Buddhism, and a lot of that is about how attachment to things is bad. It's something that we shouldn't have. In today's Western society, in England and in America, that's not a cool way to think. I follow a lot of celebrities, famous people who will say that they're Buddhist, or will say that they're, whatever, they want to be better people, but then they're showing you Snapchats of themselves buying that new thing, getting that free new thing, this new top, these new clothes, this designer labels, and it's easy to fall into that trap. I found studying Buddhism that a lot of people that I used to think were on the same path as me actually aren't, and it started to put my eyes from the celebrity life, from famous people, and back onto normal people, the people around me who influence me and who will change me for the better. And I want to look up to people who are better people than me. That came out wrong. Not better people than me, but they're further along on this journey that I want to take, shall we say. It's a better way of putting it. So I've been spring cleaning my life. I started at the beginning of this year, but I've really dug in this month. I've got rid of probably about 300-400 DVDs. I've still got a ton, but I'm down to my loves, the things that I really like. And I think over time I will start to go, oh, actually I don't need that either, and actually I don't need that either, and I'm looking forward to that happening. I think it will happen. It's a process. Spring cleaning your life, to me, it's not just about spring cleaning the rooms in my home. It's about spring cleaning my thoughts, my mind, and getting rid of all these things that I cling to for security. They're like a little security blanket. Things that I had when I was in the deep depths of my depression that I thought I needed and I don't. And like I say, it is a process. I mean, all of us fall back onto things. All of us will go through times when you want to come away from that materialistic way of thinking, but then you get pulled back into it. I did last month. I started buying stuff again, but I stopped and I thought, do I actually need that stuff? And I realised I don't, and I'm really, really working hard to just try and keep moving forward, to think positively. I think a lot of people who have addictions to different things, they say that taking a step back is part of getting better. So I tried to think of it that way. Okay, I had a little stumble, but I picked myself up and dusted myself off, and now I'm going to continue and go forward. And I think it's important to think positively and to be positive towards yourself. If you're trying to be on this journey, there are tons of YouTube videos about materialism, decluttering, all that kind of thing. Just go watch it all. It will inspire you. You'll find great ways of getting rid of things. I found a lot of this stuff very inspiring. And I think it's important to surround yourself with people who inspire you to be better people. I don't have that many friends. I don't leave the house very often because of my illnesses, my anxiety, my depression. My physical illnesses mean that I don't go out very often, and so I don't have that many friends. So a lot of my friends are on the internet. A lot of the people that I get influenced by are out there in the world. I probably never will meet them. So it's important to be like, to think about, okay, who do I want to look up to? And just really think about that. Who do you want? Is it Paris Hilton and people like that? I love Paris Hilton, but I see her Snapchats and I'm like, what kind of life? She's shopping every day. I mean, she inspires me to be less like that. And that sounds like a dig on her, it isn't, but yeah, just be aware of the people that you have around you. I know people who are alcoholics will move away from their friends who are a bad influence on them, things like that. So it's thinking about the same. Addiction is addiction, and you have to think, who do I want influencing me? And pull people towards you. And I think if you have that energy that you want to learn and grow, people will start coming into your life. I've definitely found that. People have started coming into my life that I need. It's just really inspiring to have good people around you. I also want to talk about the fact that I have extreme fatigue. I have fibromyalgia. I also have chronic fatigue syndrome, both together. I spend a lot of time napping, a lot of time in bed, a lot of time in pain. I did too much yesterday, I'll be honest. I was sorting out my spare room. I got rid of tons of stuff. I think it's better to pace yourself if you've got fatigue or chronic illness issues. Really, just do a room at a time, half a room at a time, do a shelf at a time. If you're going to declutter, think about what you can do, what you physically can do, and have patience with yourself. You've got time. It's not about rushing. I think in today's society, Western society, we're very much rushed. Everything's about doing it now, having it now, going there now, rah, everything's speedy. When you have a chronic illness, you have to be slower than everybody else, and I think it's good to have patience with yourself and just remember you can't always do the things that you want to do. And it's sad to know that, but I think if you have patience with yourself, you can achieve a lot more than you think you can. I also want to talk about when you're getting rid of things, to really think about what you can give away to friends and family. I gave a lot of films, a lot of DVDs that I had away to friends and family members. I was like, oh, they like that film, they would like that, and give them away. If you've got good quality items like clothing items, DVDs, CDs that are in good condition, board games without missing pieces, that sort of thing, give them to charity shops, give them to places where they can make money from them. It's not an alternative to going to the tip, I'll put it that way. You have to think they're trying to raise money for charity, and think about that. Think about the best places. Don't just throw everything away because you can't be bothered. You do always have that kind of thought in your head like, oh, I'm tired, I can't be bothered. But you can raise a lot of money when you're decluttering for charity. There's also things like limited edition items, collector's items. I collect a lot of action figures and comics and stuff. I'm a complete nerd, I know. Can you sell it on eBay? Make yourself some money, you know? There's always a way. There's always a way of getting rid of things without just throwing them away. You can make money for yourself, you can make money for charities. So bear that in mind. And lastly, I want to talk about window shopping. So when I first started trying to cut back on spending money, I created a wish list on Amazon, and I would just search for things that I wanted and just kind of go through and add things that I would want in the future to this wish list. And I did the same on Etsy, just saving stuff, thinking about things that I could have in the future. Whoa. But this is a slippery, slippery slope. This is when I had trouble drinking, and I think, oh, I'll just have one glass, I'll just have one drink. It never is just one, it never is. So I just want to really encourage you to think about what's a temptation and try and stay away from that. If you're tempting yourself continuously to be, you know, shopping or drinking or whatever your addiction is, but right now we're talking about my addiction with buying stuff. And I think tempting yourself by doing wish lists and window shopping on internet sites, it's a slippery slope, and you will soon find yourself, I'll just add that to my shopping cart, I'll just buy that, oh, I could get something like that. It's a temptation. Just try and think, what would you do? Think of yourself as your best friend, okay? Your best friend was struggling with something, you wouldn't tempt them. Treat yourself like that. Be kind to yourself, be loving to yourself. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, stick around, click like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.